Now, did I get the name right?
You did.
You'd say it properly.
Nqobile. You just have to click. Nqobile.
You know where I grew up when I was a little boy? We didn't learn how to do that. Bile.
Bile.
You're so good at it. What an amazing name. We could stop right there, right? So, Nqobile, you are from... We're going to have some fun today, right?
I'm sure we will.
So tell us a little bit about you, where you're from, and how you got to this point sitting on stage with us in Thailand.
Hi, everyone. Are you good? Okay. My name is Nqobile Mseleku. And I'm from South Africa. In the dusty streets of a province called KwaZulu-Natal. That's where I was born, and that's where I grew up. You know, I grew up in an area, Aiden, where, you know, people like us were not really destined of achieving great things. So being here today in front of amazing leaders it's totally humbling.
This is a beautiful point. People like us, what does that mean?
You know, us black people, if you can allow me to say that.
You can say whatever you want on this stage.
Okay. Yeah, it's you know, that things that are just common for us, you know, crime and teenage pregnancy and all that. Those are things that are common for us. So achieving great things through forever has been totally humbling for us.
Now, is Nqobile, are you the only one in this room that's experienced that?
No, there's lots more people. Where are all my people from Africa? We all share the same background, we all share the same story, and we all share the same struggles. Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing, because we see that all over the world. We see how Forever is not racist. There's no distinction between who should win or lose. You work hard, you succeed. Sometimes life is remarkably unfair, but the Forever offering is completely fair.
It is totally fair. You know, Forever has shown us that if you can dream it, then you can surely achieve it. If you can work for it, you can be anything that you want to be. You know, it has shown us as well that as a black child, your dreams are valid.
Absolutely fantastic. You know, that's almost a statement we should put on a T-shirt. It's wonderful. So you grew up and met Percy?
I met Percy.
So how did he convince you to marry him?
It was life at first sight. So he didn't have to really convince me to marry him.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's over in the pool looking after
He's
3
over,
kids.
yeah. For the first time we came with our kids, 3 kids. So you can imagine how full his hands are. The smallest kid is just 2 years, and they're all outside enjoying the resort.
Fantastic, fantastic. So then you started in Forever. You met Gabby.
Yes.
And started building your Forever business, and it went crazy at first, right? Tell us about that.
I met Gabby on Facebook. It was in 2012, but I only joined the business in 2013. So I'm truly grateful for Gabby for not giving up on me. You know, she didn't give up on me, and that's one of the reasons why I'm here today.
What was it about Gabby's pitch, or what was it on Facebook that you saw that thought, I want to try that?
You know, when I saw her lifestyle, I saw changes in her lifestyle, because as much as she was my Facebook friend, but she was one of those people that were always complaining about not having enough time, not having money. And then I started to see her going on little vacations with her kids. And I remember I just called her, you know, and I said, Gabby, I am ready to join. She was a total stranger, someone that I had never met before. And for me, it was not a really good time to join, but because I had just lost my mother and we were preparing to get married as well. So I had all the reasons to say no,
right.
But I had all the reasons as well to say yes, and I'm glad I did.
Wow, fantastic. So you got on board, you started to build a team, and this was 2013,
Yeah.
and it went meteoric.
It went crazy. The momentum in South Africa, 2013, it went crazy. You know, we started building on Facebook, and people were just joining like crazy. So the momentum was there, and we had that high speed. You know, everyone was joining. Everyone was achieving greatness. So yeah.
And you went up to 12,500 case credits.
Went up to 12,500 case credits, yes.
Wow, wow. And chairman's bonus.
And chairman's bonus, second level, third level. We actually achieved all the forever incentives. Yeah.
Tell us about that time, how you felt. Was it an exciting time, nervous time? What was it like?
It was an exciting time. It was totally life-changing because everyone within the team, you know, everyone within the country was achieving great things. So you can imagine the momentum. You can imagine the excitement. You can imagine our dreams and our hopes because everyone started buying houses, buying cars, and, you know, living this forever lifestyle.
Right.
It was truly amazing.
Fantastic. It's wonderful when that happens like that.
It is.
Unfortunately, it didn't stay up there.
It didn't.
What happened?
2018. You know, I think that's a year that most people in South Africa will never forget. We faced a lot of challenges. You know, when you get that crazy peak, one thing that I learned, when you get a peak, then be ready for that valley, for that dip. You know, we started having attacks. People that were parts of the team started recruiting each other for other networks. They started bad-mouthing us on social media because 99% of our business came from social media. So they started bad-mouthing us. You know, they started bad-mouthing the 4CCs. Some of the people went as far as banning the products and posting pictures on Facebook. So that's crazy. And in that very same year, we also lost Nqobile. So it was a really challenging year for us. Totally challenging.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, but the head of the group, Gabby, she passed away. And how old was Gabby? 30?
She was 35, 36.
35, 36
Yeah.
years old. She passed away surprisingly, tragically. And then everything just started to shake a little bit.
Things just went crazy. You know, people that we trusted started to backstab us. And it was a tough time. It was a really tough time.
We appreciate, and I think I speak about everyone here too, appreciate very much you being so honest and sharing that struggle. So let me ask you this. Here we are now heading into a new decade, and we're going to look back for a moment on 18. What would you have done differently, knowing what you know now to what you knew then when the attack started?
I think the mistake that most of us did was to react to the situation. We started to react, and we were not out there. We started hiding in our little corners. We started feeling sorry for ourselves. Some of the people started doubting themselves if they were in the right path, if this was the right path for them. So that is the mistake that we did. We stopped doing the basics. You know, we stopped doing what helped us to get to where we were.
Wow.
And we started feeling sorry for ourselves.
That's
and we were no longer visible out there.
That's a really interesting observation, is that the minute it started, a bit of a headwind, it got harder and harder. Instead of continuing to do what had built the success before, you withdrew and stopped the work?
We withdrew. Instead of resetting and relaunching ourselves, we were just in hiding. And sadly, some of the people are still in hiding a year later.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're different.
Totally different. That's what helped us to be where we are today. As much as we had struggles, but we started to relaunch. We hit that reset button, and we went crazy. We went aggressively, as if we were still new in the business. So, yeah.
And here you are, GLT, Eagle qualified.
Yeah.
And you've started a rebuild from that, the shock of the 2018.
Yes.
of all of the interviews I've done, I think that that's one of the most powerful lessons that I think we can learn from this, is that our businesses are never going to be perfect. They're never quite going to go in the way we want them to. But focusing on the basics, continuing to be proud of who you are and what you stand for, you can plow through and you bring others with you.
Yes.
And have you seen that?
Yeah. I've seen that, relaunching and resetting and rebuilding. That's what I realized as well. I realized that true success comes from rebuilding. And rebuilding doesn't make you a failure. It's a business after all. So there will be ups and downs. We must just learn to embrace those ups and downs.
What was it? There's too much for my brain to take in. Rebuilding, resetting. Relaunching.
Yeah.
Does that apply to anybody in the room today? I'm looking right at you, brother. Rebuilding, resetting, relaunching. What an amazing challenge for us to take away from our quick chat with you is that fact that say, if you are in that position where it isn't going the way you want it to do, get back to the basics.
You get back to the basics. Remember why you fell in love with Forever in the first place and build from that.
What are the basics?
The basics are the same for all of us. You use the products, you recommend the products, you share the opportunity. I always add, you promote events, and I add, you work on your personal development, and you teach your team to do exactly the same.
Wow. I would love to be able to have the time to sit with you, and I'm sure these guys have got 1,000 other questions for you, but we've got 2 more guests that are waiting for us backstage. One last piece of advice for all of these new and old and fantastic Eagle managers. What would you tell them? Having faced what you've faced since 2013, what would you tell them? What would the last piece of motivation you give to them?
It doesn't matter who comes. It doesn't matter who goes. Just make a promise to yourself that you will be the last man standing, regardless of who comes and regardless of who goes.
Or the last woman standing.
Be the last woman standing. And starting over is not bad because you've learned from all your past mistakes, So just go out there and make sure that you build once, but build bigger this time around.
Man, I want to join your business, I'd say. I'm
Can I sign you up?
Yeah.
I'd love that.
Big round of applause for the most beautiful girl in the room, Nqobile. Thank you, well done. Come on, guys, help her feel the love. Come on. What do you think? Amazing. You could just sit and talk to her and willing to be so honest and so authentic in front of us, and we're grateful for her. Our next guest is from completely the other side of the world. This young man comes to us from Austria. He's been in the business for 18 years, but I'm not going to tell you any more. He's a diamond manager. He's been around. He's experienced all that the marketing plan has to offer. Please welcome on stage Philipp, Ritter, and his girlfriend, Claudia. Hey, man. Good to see you. Hi. How are you?
Fine.
Take a seat. Take a seat in our, our living room here. It's a big seat, huh? I know you guys could both share one seat, I'm sure. Philipp, I can't believe you look so young that you've been in the business for 18 years.
Yes.
That's crazy. So that makes you 36.
Yeah, it's my half-life in forever.
Today?
Yes. No, not today, but
When is 18 years?
in the next April.
Next April.
Yeah.
18 years ago. You were 18 years old, an accomplished soccer player,
Yes.
and you reached this point where you decided to try an unusual career path. What made you join Forever?
In this time, I had a health problem,
Uh-huh.
and I searched for other opportunities. And then I see an announcement in the newspaper, and then starts my forever career.
Do you remember what it said?
And no, not really.
But you remember how it made you feel?
Yeah, of course.
And you went to the meeting. Was it a meeting in Austria?
No, in Switzerland.
Switzerland,
Yeah.
Switzerland, yeah. So you went to a meeting, sat down, and Do you remember what was said or how you felt that made you want to get involved?
It was not so easy for me to see the possibility in the first moment, but I feel that can be a change for my life. And yeah, this was more in the side from my heart to be a part of Forever. I'm not sure what comes in the future in my life with Forever in this moment, but I was young and I searched the possibility, and when you are a football player, then you search, new possibilities in this moment, yeah.
What did the other people around you say when you decided to join Forever?
Yeah, that was very hard in the
Right.
beginning, yes.
What were some of the reactions that you had?
Yeah.
Instead of going to university or going in to play soccer on a professional level, your family, your friends, what were they saying to you?
Yeah, the first time was very hard. My whole family was not so supported in the Forevers. They're thinking it's better you go the normal way with football or search a job, something like that. But in me was a feeling to thinking, hey, I will use this chance for my life.
Fantastic. That's 18 years ago.
Yeah.
Tell us about the journey.
Yeah. I started the business, and my first goal, of course, was the manager position. And I think I was very focused on this. And with the sport, you have a lot of discipline. And that was my goal. And all these people around me say, you cannot do this. And I like to win. And then I go this way, and 3 months later, I was in the manager position.
Wow.
And yeah.
So, I know you heard the interview in Nqobile. And one of the themes that's coming out is it's not always easy. 18 years old. 3 months later, you're now a manager in the marketing plan. You can change the world. What happens next?
And next was the senior manager position.
Do you remember how long?
No, I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Senior,
Yeah.
soaring,
So the
sapphire.
sapphire ging's a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It was a high step for me.
Completely easy the whole way?
No, of course no.
What were some of the challenges you faced?
Yeah, I think it's in this long time it's very important you have this focus, and I think Forever is for me a tool to bring the love in the world. And I think that is very important. You are close with the people, you help them to grow, you have a lot of fun with your team, and never, ever, ever, never give up. That's the most important thing, I think so. Yeah, of course, when the people say no to you in this moment, it's not so easy.
Right.
But you need to understand it's the business. You need to go to the next yes. That is focus on the yes, not on the no.
Wow, great advice. Fantastic. You talked about building a team and having a strong team. You've recently just had come back from 3 days with your
7.
group. 7 days?
1 week.
1 week, forgive
Yeah.
me. Tell us about that. How did that work? What happened? Claudia, tell us a little bit how that was organized.
Yeah, we had the first week in September. That was like a test week, and we went there with 20 people and just working together, live together, supporting together, and also all there are different kind of people. Some just started the business, some are already few years in the business, and all the new people could ask so much questions to all the different people in this group, and it's really like a team week with a lot of
Where
work.
was that in September?
Where?
Yeah.
In Sardinia, yeah.
So you took how many people?
20.
So 20 of your group, you got together and said, okay, let's go to a house in Sardinia,
Yep.
make friends, get to know each other, ask whatever questions you can, and we'll live together for a week.
Yeah, and working, and we had a lot of challenges that the people don't give the, not minimum, but is in the middle. Just
Mediocre.
Yes,
Yeah.
just give their best.
Right.
And pushing each other and challenging each other, and also coming out of the comfort zone to maybe, as example, in Sardinia, we had to do one-to-one. We go to the city, and we have to talk to people one-to-one, not only
to
online.
practice. Yeah.
And in Sardinia, most people
So
just
you took the
talking,
group out into the street?
Yes,
Yeah.
just talking Italian. And we had to search like German people or people who talk English, and that was really leaving the comfort zone for so many people. Yeah.
Wow. And you've just done it again here in Thailand?
Yes.
Same type of idea?
Yes.
Yeah,
And then you're going to do it again in Scottsdale in March.
of course.
So just an idea that this group is working on is they take 20 or so of their group together and are starting to build unity and a team that it's going to be able to handle the ups and the downs, I suppose. Technology. I know you guys are very active in the social media scene. Philipp, what advice would you give these people, these great Eagle managers, about using technology effectively in building a business?
For me, it's very important to block time for social media, not the whole day. You can lose a lot of time in social media.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very, very important. It's a big change to when I started. I remember then I worked with fax, something like that, and this changed so fast, and it's very great to have this for the business. You can build your business faster, but in the same time, it's so important you don't lose the focus to scroll a little bit and show only the picture for others' life. I think it's very important you create your own life and you go for your goals and don't lose too much time in social media.
That reminds me of discipline. There's a lot of discipline in your business.
Yeah.
You've had a system for as long as I can remember, 15 plus years probably. Tell us about that system and how it works for you in the sort of the younger marketplace.
Yeah, I think a system, they grow step by step. Every day, every year I make the reflection. Was good in this year and what we can do better next year. And one of this thinking was the Diamond Retreat Week.
Right.
To be nearly to the people. And of course, we changed a little bit with online webinars. Then we can, we have more time to do that. And we can better work around the world. But in the same time, it's for me very important to have this meeting like that to can be close with the people.
Right. What's your number one method to find new people?
For me, it's very easy to find people in social media.
Really?
Yeah, I can do that. The whole time was easy for me.
And then you bring them to a face-to-face meeting?
Yeah.
Or a video chat or something?
Yeah. Years ago, I do that every time to then the first contact and then face-to-face. And yet, it's more first contact and then a Zoom meeting.
Zoom,
yeah.
as in video conference.
Yeah, video call, yeah.
Uh-huh. And then from that point, they're joining the business and joining your system, and they go to duplicate that.
Yeah, we have one weekend seminar in the month, GoPro Day, and
Every month, there's
every
one weekend.
month.
And so you try to get people to.
Yeah.
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 Every month, bam, bam, bam.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every month.
Fantastic. So, looking back on the 18 years, what would you have done differently?
This is a very, very difficult question.
I know it. He would maybe learn a little bit better English, so he's not so.
Yeah, it's a big comfort zone. Yeah, for me, the biggest.
I've known him for nearly 20 years, and his English is a lot better than it used to be. But my German is terrible, so... What else? Good point, Claudia. We love that.
The whole 18 years was a part from my life. And I think it's normal. One time you go to a way, but every time it's a way you can learn for growing personality.
I get it. So it's not looking back and saying, what would I have done differently?
Yeah.
It's appreciating the moment you're in.
Yeah.
Good or bad, learn from it, improve, and move on to the next thing.
Yes.
Because really, in reality, we can't go back and change it, right? We have to accept where we're at. Last piece of advice you'd love to give. If all of these people were in your group, frontline managers, what would you tell them?
Yeah, the first point is go every month out of your comfort zone. That is really an important thing. The second thing for me is never give up.
Right.
And the third thing is have fun with your team and go with your team together and help them personal and grow with them and create this family feeling in your team.
Mm-hmm. Great advice. Fantastic advice. Claudia, Philipp, thank you so much for your time. Big round of applause for Claudia and Philipp. Thank you very much.